Kris Kristofferson, a country music icon, rose to fame in the 1970s, but his journey to stardom was anything but conventional. Before becoming a celebrated musician, Kristofferson lived a life filled with diverse experiences. He was a prizefighter, a Rhodes Scholar, and an Army helicopter pilot. His path eventually led him to Nashville, where he embarked on a musical career that would change his life forever. Welcome to our Stars Rewind channel, where we delve into the life of Kris Kristofferson, a man whose legendary career is marked by timeless hits like Me and Bobby McGee. To the public, he may appear as a star basking in glory, but behind the stage lights lie dark corners that not everyone knows about. Amid his soaring success, Kris faced harsh challenges, from giving up a promising military career to battling illness, personal scandals, and endless inner struggles. What drove a man like Kris, once a captain in the military, to take risks and step off the safe path to pursue his passion for music? His life seems to be a series of bold and paradoxical choices between fame and loneliness, success and personal loss. Join us as we explore the tumultuous journey of Kris Kristofferson, not only through his career highs but also through the emotional everyday moments that uncover the real man behind the immortal melodies and unforgettable roles. Early life. Born on June 22, 1936, in Brownsville, Texas, Kris Kristofferson grew up in an environment filled with discipline and expectations, traits deeply rooted in his family's military tradition. His father, Lars Henry Kristofferson, was a U.S. Air Force general, and the family frequently moved from one military base to another. This instability not only impacted Kris's childhood but also created an invisible pressure compelling him to follow in his father's footsteps and pursue the military path that the family expected of him. From a young age, Kris was acutely aware of these high expectations, especially from his mother, who hoped he would become a successful officer following the preordained path. Despite carrying this heavy burden, Kris excelled in academics and sports. When the family settled in San Mateo, California, Kris continued to impress with his outstanding academic achievements at Pomona College. There, he shone not only in his studies but also in sports, winning the Golden Gloves title in boxing and excelling in football and rugby. These accomplishments earned him the prestigious Rhodes Scholarship to study at Oxford University in England. However, alongside these achievements, Kris gradually realized that his greatest passion wasn't in the military or sports but in music. During his nights at Oxford, he began writing his first songs and performing at small local bars. Although a future in the military was within reach, the call of music was too powerful for Kris to resist. After graduating, Kris joined the military as his family had expected, quickly advancing through the ranks to achieve the rank of captain. He was even offered a prestigious position to teach English at the renowned West Point Military Academy. However, instead of accepting the offer, Kris made a move that shocked his entire family. He requested a leave of absence and headed to Nashville, the heart of country music, to pursue his dream of songwriting and performing. This decision left his family, especially his mother, deeply disappointed. She disowned him for 25 years, a steep price to pay for his musical dreams. Yet, it was this bold choice that set Kris on a new path, one filled with challenges but also incredible opportunities. It became the turning point that would lead him to an illustrious career no one could have foreseen. Music career. When Kris Kristofferson decided to leave his military career to pursue his musical dreams, it was far from an easy step. Nashville, the heart of country music, was not a place where anyone could instantly set foot and shine. Kris started at the bottom, taking on the most menial jobs in hopes of one day getting a break. He worked as a janitor at Columbia Records, where legends like Johnny Cash, Bob Dylan, and George Jones frequently visited. Every day, Kris quietly swept the floors and emptied ashtrays while watching those great artists with a deep hope that one day he too would stand among them. Despite the setbacks, Kris remained persistent with his music, though success seemed elusive. Every demo he sent out was met with silence. Then, in the boldest moment of his life, Kris decided to do the unthinkable. He flew a helicopter straight to Johnny Cash's house and landed it in his yard. This act not only shocked everyone but also showcased his absolute determination. Kris arrived with a recording of "Sunday Morning Coming Down," a song he had poured his heart into, and a bottle of beer in hand. Although Johnny Cash wasn't home at the time, the story of this daring landing quickly spread, becoming legendary. In addition to "Me and Bobby McGee," Kris penned other hits like "Help Me Make It Through the Night" and "For the Good Times," which were performed by artists such as Sammy Smith, Elvis Presley, and Ray Price. Kris's songs went beyond just country music, they conveyed raw and genuine emotions about life and love. He wasn't afraid to write about the simplest yet most honest aspects of humanity, from pain and loneliness to the yearning for love. With his continuous success, Kris Kristofferson received numerous prestigious awards, including Grammys and CMA honors. He not only transformed the face of country music but also became an icon for a generation of songwriters, known for his incredible songwriting talent and tireless artistic spirit. From an unknown janitor, Kris rose to become one of the most important songwriters of his era, leaving a profound and lasting impact on the public. Acting career. Kris Kristofferson didn't just shine in the music world, he also left a significant mark in film. His acting career truly took off in 1976 when he starred in "A Star Is Born" alongside the iconic Barbra Streisand. Kris's portrayal of John Norman Howard, a fading rock star, not only touched the hearts of audiences but also earned him a Golden Globe for Best Actor. It was a perfect blend of music and acting, as Kris infused the character with raw and genuine emotion. Audiences didn't just see an artist on screen, they felt the inner struggle, loneliness, and pain behind the stardom. But Kris didn't stop at Western films, he ventured into various genres, establishing his name across the board. In 1996, he portrayed Sheriff Charlie Wade in the crime drama, Lone Star, a mysterious story centered around past crimes. This role presented a deep and complex antagonist, a stark contrast to the heroic characters Kris had previously played. Lone Star not only earned critical acclaim for its narrative but also helped Kris solidify his diverse acting abilities, showcasing his talent for portraying gritty and dark roles. However, Kris's acting career wasn't without its ups and downs. In 1980, he faced a major career setback with the film Heaven's Gate. Despite its large budget and expectations to become a cinematic masterpiece, the movie was a box office disaster and critically panned. It was criticized for being overly long and ambitious, and its failure led to a difficult period for Kris's film career. He shared that after Heaven's Gate, Hollywood seemed to turn its back on him, making him unsellable for a time. Yet, Kris was never one to give up easily. He continued to participate in various film and television projects, gradually rebuilding his standing in the film industry. Kris's resilience and unwavering spirit allowed him to continue shining, proving that he was a multi-talented artist thriving not only in music but also on the screen. Personal struggles. Away from the bright lights of the stage, Kris Kristofferson faced significant challenges in his personal life and health. As a talented and renowned artist, he experienced 3 tumultuous marriages and raised 8 children. However, in his later years, his battle with declining memory would become one of his greatest struggles. In the late 2000s, Kris began noticing troubling signs regarding his memory. He frequently forgot important details and struggled with focus far more than ever before. Initially, doctors diagnosed him with Alzheimer's, a devastating blow that left his family anxious and fearful, faced with the possibility of losing his cherished memories and the creative spark that had defined his career. Kris and his family braced themselves for a long and difficult fight. However, Kris wasn't alone in this battle. His third wife, Lisa Myers, stood by him every step of the way. Lisa was not just a life partner but also a key figure in helping Kris find the true cause of his health issues. Refusing to accept the initial diagnosis, Lisa tirelessly sought answers for her husband's symptoms. After years of struggle and medical tests, they finally discovered that Kris was actually suffering from Lyme disease caused by a tick bite, a condition that, unlike Alzheimer's, could be treated. With Lisa's help, Kris underwent treatment and experienced a miraculous recovery. His family became a steadfast support system, guiding him through his darkest days. After being treated for Lyme disease, Kris's memory gradually returned, allowing him to regain much of the abilities he once feared he had lost. This recovery was described by friends and family as a rebirth, as Kris came back with renewed strength even in his twilight years. Kris's second marriage to singer Rita Coolidge began in 1973 and promised to be the perfect union between two music stars. However, career tensions and Kris's struggle with alcoholism strained their relationship. Though they had a daughter together, Kris Kristofferson, the marriage ultimately ended in 1980. Kris, who inherited her parents' musical talent, went on to lead the Kris Kristofferson Band and released her debut album, Dirty Feet, in 2019, carrying forward her father's musical legacy. Kris's children are not only a source of pride for him but also a testament to his success, not just as an artist but as a father. Despite the many challenges he faced with his health and family, Kris Kristofferson has always managed to rise above, thanks to the unwavering support of Lisa and his large family. The strength, love, and resilience from his family have kept him strong even in the face of life's toughest battles. Current life. In the twilight of his life, Kris Kristofferson no longer seeks the bright lights of the stage. Instead, he has turned toward tranquility and peace. After enduring a difficult battle with Lyme disease, a condition that nearly stole his memory and creativity, Kris experienced a miraculous recovery but also came to realize that his time in the spotlight was gradually drawing to a close. Once the man who captivated audiences with his soulful music, Kris has now chosen to step back and focus on what truly matters, his family. For him, these final years are not about chasing fame or the thunderous applause of the crowd, rather, he spends his days cherishing the simple moments with loved ones, those who have stood by him through the highs and lows of his remarkable life. Though Kris's health has improved, he knows he can no longer contribute as he once did. Nevertheless, music, the faithful companion of his life, has not entirely left his side. He still makes appearances at special music events, such as Willie Nelson's 90th birthday celebration in 2023. While his body may not be as strong as it once was, Kris's eyes and spirit still radiate strength and his enduring love for music, the force that shaped and defined his legacy. Each appearance, though rare, serves as a heartfelt tribute to the audience, those who have always supported and loved him. Kris doesn't need to say much, his presence alone tells a story, sending a message of resilience and passion. Yet he has also come to realize that it's time to let go. In 2021, Kris officially announced his retirement, marking the end of an artistic journey that spanned over half a century. It was not an easy decision but a natural and accepted one, as he understood it was time to pass the torch to the younger generation. A peaceful life surrounded by nature and family has brought Kris profound satisfaction. The COVID-19 pandemic gave him time to reflect on his life, from the early struggles in Nashville through the battles in his career and personal life to his eventual rise as a legendary figure in music and film. Kris holds no regrets, for he lived fully and gave everything he had to his art and his fans. Conclusion. How will Kris Kristofferson be remembered in the history of music and film? He lived a life filled with the full spectrum of artistry, from raw emotions and struggles to triumphs and recovery. His legacy will endure, but the question remains, will future generations continue to honor and preserve the values that Kris dedicated his life to? This is something that every fan, artist, and admirer of his work will continue to reflect on in the years to come. What about Kris Kristofferson impresses you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below to keep the conversation going. Thank you for watching our video, and we'll see you in the next one.